Hey, how you doing? Justin here, back with you for a finger stretching exercise for beginners. Now, some of you are going to find this exercise really hard. Some of you are going to find it relatively easy. It just depends a bit on your anatomy. If you've got really long fingers, really short fingers, really flexible fingers. So it will be a little different for everyone. I'm going to show you the process and where I think that you want to get it to, at least, particularly those of you that got short fingers or not very flexible fingers. Now, the exercise itself is really simple. It's important to realize it's not a speed exercise. Okay, so don't go trying to do it faster. That's not the point. The point is slow and feeling a stretch in your fingers. So it's much more like kind of a yoga thing. You don't do those kind of things really quickly if you're stretching before any sort of exercise. You don't do it real fast because you'll injure yourself. The idea is that you do it really slowly and you kind of feel it stretch a bit. You should feel this exercise not hurt, but you should feel it stretching. Okay, if it's not stretching, you're not doing it hard enough, like you haven't got enough stretch, not pressing harder, obviously, just you need to make it a bit more stretchy if you find it too easy. So I found when I was doing this left-handed that even this basic one at the 5th fret, I could kind of get my fingers in the right spot, but it mostly hurt in here, in this muscle between my thumb and my first finger. Now, that's also one of the things that develops with this exercise. So it's partly to do with finger flexibility, partly to do with finger strength, partly to do with getting your little finger involved, and partly for developing this muscle between your thumb and the first finger, as well as independence and picking different strings. There's a load of stuff going on in this exercise. Speaking of picking, for this exercise, we're going to use all down picks. Okay, you might find it helpful just to anchor your little finger there on the guitar. Anywhere on the guitar will do. Obviously, if you're playing acoustic guitar, you don't want to pop it in the sound hole, right? But just leave it resting. It can move around, but just leave it resting. And then you're just going to use all down picks all of the way through. Now, let's start off together with our first finger at the 5th fret of the thickest string. You want to try and keep that finger nice and parallel, so not too much of an angle like that. There are chords and times where we use our fingers at an angle, but this exercise isn't one of them. So we're going to play that one note. Then we're going to put our second finger down 1 fret higher, trying to get it up next to the fret if you can. Then your third finger is going to go again 1 fret higher, trying to get it next to the fret if you can, i.e. like not here at the back of the fret, because we know that's likely to give you that buzzy sound. So trying to get it right up next to the fret if you can. Then little finger. Now I've got a really little finger, so for me that's already makes for a little bit of a stretch. Not with this hand, okay, I can easily stretch a bit further than this, but for my left hand, when I'm playing left-handed, so my right hand is doing the stretch, just doing that was already difficult. So don't be upset or feel like you're not going to be good at guitar if you're finding that difficult. That's pretty normal. So then we're going to move it on to the next string. So we're now going to play the first finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Going to play that. Then second finger, third finger, and then little finger. Now, it's not designed to go in a hurry. If you can see, I'm kind of keeping my fingers roughly where they should be. Now, this exercise is relatively easy for me now. If you want to go and watch me doing it left-handed, it doesn't look anywhere near so easy, I can promise you. And even just doing this much is really hard. Now, there's a few things here to notice. First of all, the second and third fingers tend to kind of join together, and the first and fourth fingers tend to spread apart, and that's normal. That's just to do with the anatomy of our hands. So don't feel like they should all be square on, because it's just not possible. Our fingers all kind of join into the palm, so they kind of meet in the middle. That's how they work. So doing this kind of exercise, you'll always find that second and third fingers sit together a little bit. First and little fingers kind of splay out a little bit sideways. So don't worry about that in the slightest. What you're aiming for, particularly on the thinner string, most people will find just that difficult. Curling the fingers right around so that the fingers are going first, second, third, fourth, right up next to the frets, trying to keep the palm there parallel with the fretboard, if you can. But again, that's going to be pretty difficult. Most of you will find it's a bit more like that, like little finger will have trouble curling up. Again, like with everything else I've talked about with this course, you've got to be a bit forgiving with yourself at these early stages. If you find this really tough, that's okay. Just stick with it. all of us can touch our toes if we put a bit of effort into doing a bit of stretching every day. I struggle actually to touch my toes. I've got terribly tight hamstrings. But the idea is that if you find something, particularly physical things that are difficult, you just have to work on it. Whether it's getting strong or weightlifting or running or flexibility or whatever. And this part of guitar, this aspect of the guitar is quite physical, and you just have to keep doing it. So this exercise I'm going to prescribe 2 minutes a day for the next week or two. And just really taking it nice and slowly, just working your way up. Let's just do the whole exercise now. So do first finger, second finger, third finger, and then fourth finger. But we're not in a hurry. And then we're going to move it down a string. Trying to keep each one. Now I'm going to do, probably for some of you, will look a bit more like this. Like you won't be able to hold it, so your fingers will be like this. And then you have to try and put that finger, and then when you go to do this, your first finger wants to sneak up with it, but you've got to try and hold it back. So trying to get that third finger in, and then the little finger, oh come on, just, if that's what happens, that's okay. You're trying to get this stretch out like that to try and make it feel like it's getting wider, like your grip is getting wider. But like I said, if your finger's like this and you find, what you don't want is to let first finger slide up like that. So the first finger is now out of position. That's what you don't want. So you want to make sure, even all of the way through, if second finger's there, first finger's trying to sneak up. Try and keep first finger back. Even if third finger won't go any further than that, that's okay. Little finger, come on. You want it to go there, but if it's only going to get to there, that's okay. Don't let first finger off, okay? You try and get your way all of the way up to the thinnest string. And when you get to the thinnest string, you go back down, but you're still going up each string. This isn't like playing a musical scale. This is just an exercise. So we're going up each string. Now, almost certainly a lot of you are going to struggle a bit with the picking as well. I did as well when I was trying to learn this. So you might find yourself going like, and then trying to get, there's the right string. There we go. And now the next one. Oh, where is it? It's, don't worry about it. These exercises have got a whole heap of things that you can learn, particularly the first few days of doing an exercise like this. You're going to find it pretty difficult. Really, just don't worry about it. Do the best as you can and try and develop it through the weeks. You will find even a couple of minutes a day for a couple of weeks will make a big difference, and you'll find that you're able to, you might not be able to stretch it a whole lot, but you'll find the actual picking of it and the placement of the fingers at least easier. Now, if you're finding this exercise way too easy, you just start moving the fingers further toward the nut. So here you go, and yeah, I'm cool with that, man. As you start moving down this way, the frets get a little bit further apart. And probably by the time you reach the first fret, I mean, that's a pretty decent stretch. Most beginners would find it difficult to get the fingers to spread out like that all of the way and keeping them right next to the frets. I have to work at that if I'm going to get them the whole way. So, if you're comfortable with that, you probably don't need to keep doing this exercise, to be honest. If you're totally comfortable at the first fret with this one, maybe try and find some other things that you're struggling with, maybe your chord changes, or if there's a chord that you're struggling with or you're strumming, find the thing that's not working for you real well and spend your time practicing that. But I think for most people, doing a bit of this finger exercise is going to be a really good thing. Like I said, for a whole heap of reasons. The picking, the finger stretch itself, the independence, using your little finger possibly for the first time, all of that. There's a whole heap of goodness in this exercise. If you really want to push your limits, there's my limit. So I can do first fret, third fret, fourth fret, and the beginning of the sixth fret, but not right near the end. So that would be your goal. I have got a stumpy little finger though. That's, everyone says, oh, my fingers are too short, my fingers are too fat. Like, we've all got things that we moan about with our hands. That's my, I've always had a little finger, and so there are some things that I really struggle with, but you just have to find your own way around stuff when you encounter a problem like that. There's nothing that can stop you learning to play guitar.